we will now create our news section, which we see here. It consists of 4 instances of the card component, which has a card header with a card title, and then some card content with card title and card text, and a card footer with a link styled as some kind of button. We can see that this is responsive, so initially they are all stacked on top of each other. When we increase the width of the browser, first it turns into a 2-column grid for tablet sizes, and then on desktop sizes a 3-column grid, and then on widescreen it turns into a 4-column grid. Let's go ahead and create this. So after our section about what we do, we create a new instance of a grid. So we add a div tag with the class columns. Inside this, we'll now create our first column using a div tag with the class column. So for tablet sizes, we want this to take up half of the width. So we add the class isHalf tablet. For desktop sizes, we want it to take up 1/3 of the width. So we add another class is1/3 desktop. And for widescreen sizes, we want it to take up 1/4 of the width. So we add one more class is1/4 widescreen. We'll close this div tag again. Now we can create our card component. So we add a div tag with the class card. Inside here we first create our header, so we add the header tag with the class card header. And close it again. And inside we want to add the date. So we add the time tag, and then we add the classes card header title, and to center it we also add the class isCentered. Now we also need to use the datetime attribute to type in this date format 2018-00-31, and for the text we'll write published 31st of January 2018, like so. We'll close the time element again here. Okay. Now we'll create the card content, so we add a div tag with the class card content. Since we also want to style the content in a default way, we add the content class. Now we'll create an H2 heading element, which will have the class card title, and we'll give it the text news item. After this, we'll add a paragraph with the class card text. Inside this paragraph, we'll now paste in some text and close the paragraph again. After our card content, we'll create our card footer. So we add the footer tag with the class card footer. Inside this, we create an anchor tag, like so, and give it the class card footer item. We'll give it the text read more. Now this card is finished, so we can copy the whole column code block here. Let's paste it in 3 times, so we have 4 in total, and save and have a view in the browser. Select the right tab and refresh. Now we see that we have 4 card components stacked on top of each other, with the card header being centered and the content looking nice. So when we increase the width at tablet size, it turns into a 2-column grid, but we can see here that something is wrong. We can only see 2 of them. Where are the 2 rest? This is because we didn't add the additional class up here for the columns class. You need to add the class is multiline if you want the children columns to wrap on multiple lines. So if we go back and refresh, we can now see that it wraps around to multiple lines. So an explanation for this is that it adds the flex wrap property with the value of wrap. So if we remove that again, we can see that there is no multi-line, it's only one line. So we'll put that back on and we'll resize the window again. So here on desktop we see that it has 3-column grid layout, still using the is multiline class. If we remove this again, we can see that it's only on one line. Take it back on and increase the width again, and now here for the widescreen it turns into a 4-column grid. This was the news section of our page.